Okay, so just so you're aware, it's like 12:35 at night. I'm reviewing this because I'm trying to keep a schedule here. So I review this, and then tomorrow I'll do one more because I only have two left of these. Because in interim between reviews, I whittled it down to only two movies I need to do. This one and another one. We're talking about Horrible Bosses, which is another one. I thought of. I did Hangover. I should do Horrible Bosses because you have The Hangover, three guys, Horrible Bosses, three guys. So this one's a little bit different. It's three guys who have bad bosses, horrible bosses, who decide they're going to, they hate their bosses, and then one night while drinking, they decide, hey, let's kill our bosses, and so um, they decide to do that. And wow, they go out of their way. Like, most of the comedy for me in this movie hits. There's a lot of, funny stuff. But, like, I gotta question some character beats with, you watch a comedy, and, sometimes you'll have a character, and they'll do a joke with the character. You're like, why was that even in there? There is one in here. There's a joke that is done a couple times in this film with Charlie Day's character Dale, where he's registered as a sex offender because he pissed in a playground at night when no one else was there. There was no kids, no people, no one. He just was walking at night, pissed in the playground, and got registered as a sex offender for it. And that's a joke in this movie, and I'm just like, they do it once, they mention it once, and then later they mention it again, when they get arrested, like, oh, you there, you work for the guy, you're with this guy, he's a registered sex offender. He goes, oh, the playground was empty, there was no one there, no kids there, and then this guy was fleeing from the scene of the crime. So yeah, they bring it up again, and I'm just like, but why was that necessary to write into your script? Like, why? Like, I don't doubt it could happen that way. I'd like to know why there was a cop randomly out there, or maybe someone was walking by and saw him and reported him. I don't know, but to me, if it's, I don't know, maybe it wasn't at night, but I don't know. Again, who's at night? I don't know. It's just, it's played as a joke, and that's the one thing that kind of gets me. I mean, having that, but I guess it could happen, but they play it as a joke, and that's why it kind of bugs me. I mean, it's not necessarily have in this movie at all, but yeah, the three leads here are Jason Sudeikis, Jason Bateman, and Charlie Day. Should add another Jason in here. They are great. They come up as real good friends, and they work well together. And then you have their bosses. You have Kevin Spacey, and say what you want about his personal life, what he did. He's great in this film. He's good at playing an asshole. You have Colin Farrell as this guy. So the story with Colin Farrell is that he's the son of Jason Sudeikis' boss. But Jason Sudeikis' boss has a heart attack and dies, and so now the son gets to be in charge of the business, and he's throwing it down the toilet, basically. So he doesn't like that. And then you have Charlie Day's character. His boss is Jennifer, played by Jennifer Aniston. And she is sexually harassing him. And he takes it. Because she threatens to tell his fiance. But here's the thing. Report her. But then, she says, oh, well, I did this. She shows him pictures. If you report us, show pictures, make it look like they had sex. I'll show your fiance these and stuff like that. And it's yeah, that kind of thing. But it is still sexual harassment. you can tell that he's not like that. That's playing out rape, and he's like, rape, that's rape, and she's like, no, your dick wasn't even hard. You still touched him naked. You were naked. You were on top of him. That's still rape. That's still molestation. That you can still go to jail for that. That saying, oh, it can't do anything because his dick wasn't hard. That no. It's not how it works. So, like I said, they come up with this plan to kill their bosses. But they decide to hire an assassin. Motherfucker Jones. Dean Motherfucker Jones. His name is Dean Jones. And yes, they do compare it to the Disney actor Dean Jones from The Love Bug. But anyway, Motherfucker Jones, played by Jamie Foxx, who's supposed to be this stone cold criminal, right? And so he kind of talks them, why don't you guys kill each other's bosses? So that royal hilarity ensues because they start casing their faces and trying to figure out what happens. Dale, that's Charlie Day's character, accidentally comes across Colin Farrell while he's waiting outside and the other two are in the house. And he finds out that the guy has a peanut allergy. Now, here's the thing. He just touches the wrapper and then starts having the peanut allergy. That's not how that worked. You have to ingest something for the allergy to work, right? Does it go by touch? As far as I know, you have to ingest it. I guess for like flowers or something, you can touch it. But I'm just like, I always thought with food you had to ingest it. But touching a wrapper with peanut butter on it will do it. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, he goes in anaphylactic shock, and so he used the thing. And they look outside and they think that he's killing him, but he's saving him. He's like, "Oh, that's your boss?" He's like, "You saved the guy. You saved the guy you're about to kill." He's like, "I didn't know that was him," but you didn't. And there's like a running joke with the guy's wife that she's, promiscuous, sleeping with every guy, and it's like, she's played by Julie Bowen. And I saw that and I went, I don't buy the mom from Modern Family as a promiscuous whore. I don't. You could have found someone else. I don't see Julie Bowen as cheating on her husband. I'm sorry, I don't. It just doesn't work for me. If it was Jennifer Aniston playing that role, I would see that, but no. Also, Lindsay Sloan, you may know from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or She's Out of Your League. She has a cameo as Dale's fiance, and I thought that there'd be more, but there's really not much. There's a couple scenes with her, and that's it, I guess. But yeah. So, but due to the fact that when the two Jasons were in the house, they had Colin Farrell's phone because they broke into his place. They took his phone. They were Jason Sudeikis was just shoving stuff up his ass because he hated the guy. But anyway, they dropped his phone in Kevin Spacey's house. So Kevin Spacey finds it, tracks him down, and kills Colin Farrell. In which, Jason Bateman just so happened to be outside watching the place when it happened. So he drives off in a panic and heads back to the bar where the cops find him because he goes through a traffic cam, took a picture. He was speeding, 61 and a 25. And so, yeah, they all get arrested. But due to some Law and Order bullshit that Dale had watched, they get released. But they said, we're going to case the guy's place. And then Jason Sudeikis remembers, well, I stuck all that stuff up my ass. So, yeah. So they go to Motherfucker Jones again, who confesses that he never actually killed anyone. And he's not carrying a gun, but it's a phone in a case. It looks like a gun, because it's a gun case, whatever. And then he actually got arrested 10 years for pirated video. So, yeah, copyright. Copyright infringement. That's what it is. 10 years for that. So, yeah. And So yeah, he never actually killed anyone. So they freak out, and when they try to go, I think it's Sudeikis' place. The cops are there, so they take off, and so there's a couple of times that they're speaking to this guy, like an Armstrong guy. He's Indian because of course that's the stereotype, right? Uh, and he has an unpronounceable Indian name, so they call him Gregory. That's his name. And then it's custom because someone's committed a crime. He has to turn off the car, so they do. And Kevin Spacey just so happens to be there, and so he decides because they snuck into to his house on his birthday to accidentally crashing his surprise birthday party. And Jason Sudeikis sleeps with his wife while the other two are trying to get evidence, a confession. But Jason Sudeikis has the tape recorder, so yeah, that doesn't work. And so, they leave the place because the guy's coming after him. So you can say that he followed them, but then that's when he shows up. He shoots himself in the leg, and he says he's going to frame them for it. And the cops show up, of course, after this, thinking they did it. But the tape recorder was still recording, but it stopped working when they had the crash, magically. And, but it turns out that the Indian guy, Gregory, they have to record everything for purposes. And so they play back everything that happened, and Kevin Spacey goes to jail for Colin Farrell's murder. And the others, they get arrested, but they get released. And Jason Bateman, I'm looking at him, I can't give space for him. Jason Bateman gets promoted, but he as president under the CEO, which is Bob Newhart. And I'm sorry, you have one of the nicest guys in all of TV and movie, and you framing him as, oh, he looks nice, but he's got this guy locked in his trunk, so he's actually secretly mean. And Jason Sudeikis did not get promoted, but his there's another woman who was supposedly pregnant, but the joke is she's not actually pregnant, she's just fat. I'm sorry, but there's other ways to make someone look fat than you purposely made her look pregnant for this joke. I've never gotten the joke of, oh hey, say someone's pregnant but they're not actually pregnant, they're just fat. There's a difference from being fat and pregnant. You look different. I've never got the misunderstanding where someone could think they're pregnant but they're not actually pregnant, they're just fat. I knew someone who was pregnant and I never realized it because she was already heavy set. But that's the difference. Like, if she was all like, she was already heavy set, then why would he think she was pregnant? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. And finally, Dale blackmails. I'm gonna call her Rachel. Jennifer Aniston, because he has PJ Byrne there, and motherfucker Jones outside with a video camera recording everything. And if you're gonna give me a 2-week vacation, we'll call it a honeymoon. And when I come back, this is all gonna be done, or I'm gonna show this to the cops, and you go to the jail and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, basically, we have a bunch of bloopers in the credits, but yeah, I enjoyed this. Yeah, I will say though at the beginning to show Donald Sutherland with Jason Sudeikis' character, and, oh, I actually like my boss, and I'm like he's dying, and he does. He has a heart attack, and so yeah. Then now, like I caught this the first time I watched it and didn't remember it. And I'm like, oh, I think he dies, and then Colin Farrell gets to be in charge, which I don't know if that's exactly how it works. I understand he's the guy's son, but I feel like they would go with like a more business avenue with it, where they would find someone else to buy the business. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I'm making pretty good. Minimal bad things to talk about. There's some of the comedy that I don't like. There's way too much of the rapey comedy where you have Jennifer Aniston doing this stuff, like way over too much with Charlie Day. And at one point, you just sit there and you look at Charlie Day and you're like, just tell someone. Like she's very like she basically says, you're going to have sex with me, or I'm going to tell your fiance that we had sex. So the right thing to do is to go to your fiance and say, hey, my boss is constantly sexually harassing me, and she's threatened me. She's threatened to tell you we had sex if I do not have sex with her. Help me do something about this. Like, it's framed as if he has no other choice to do this. So why doesn't he say, okay, I'll agree to this, and then as soon as he leaves with his fiance, tell her what's going on? And, it's framed that there's no other way to go around this than to agree to this, and then this whole, situation. I don't know. But yeah. Also, Jason Sudeikis sleeps with her because there's a running thing with him that he can't resist women for some reason. I don't know. It happens twice in the movie, but yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Horrible Bosses? Did I ever say pretty good? I think I said it. What are your thoughts on Horrible Bosses? No comments, no like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.